What's up, everybody? How's it going today? I felt like it was a great time to jump on YouTube. I just finished up some sports stuff, and now I just wait for my dinner order to get here. So I felt like why not jump on? I had some things I wanted to talk about tonight. Following up on my Gene Borello video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. Debunking a myth about Gene Borello. Go check that out. Wanted to talk a little bit about a mob anniversary. Maybe we'll talk about it, um, and some other things as well. Obviously, a very busy day in this country. I'm not really going to get into politics. I'm just going to say I'm big on criminal cases. I find it interesting because I think all of us as Americans, A, deserve a fair trial, and B, it's important that we know the law. Okay. It's important that we don't use our personal opinions to cloud our judgment. And I, for one, was very much in agreement with the verdict. I think the jury did a great job. There are a lot of things about this case that were not handled correctly. Clearly, the prosecution was an absolute mess. But the truth of the matter is, was a pretty closed, open and closed textbook self defense case. It's very simple. And as someone of mm, above average intelligence, I feel that, again, it doesn't matter what your political views are. We've got to take our opinions out of this. The truth of the matter is that individual, Mr. Rittenhouse, did not commit a crime. Okay. He defended himself against two people or three people or four people that approached him and tried to hurt him. And he was in his legal right to defend himself. It's very simple. He followed the rules. His gun was a correct size. He didn't travel across state lines with the gun, and he committed self defense. It's very simple. It's a shut and close case. It's not a racial case. It's not a political case. It's a case of someone who used their judgment and felt his life was in danger. And I would have did the same thing. What those individuals did in their personal lives doesn't matter. They weren't good people, but again, the skeletons in the closet don't mean anything. It's did this person commit a crime? Yes or no? Do we find him guilty or not guilty? It's pretty simple. We have to stop taking opinions out of court cases. It doesn't mean or matter what your opinion is. It's okay, did you commit a crime? And B, can you prove that the crime was committed? It's pretty simple. So I think the jury did and made the right decision. The prosecution was awful. Um, that's the state's best prosecution. What we saw, dreadful, dreadful. The problem, though, as well in our country is we don't have any common sense. It's that simple. We don't have common sense anymore. We can't use our minds to make a right decision. You're either red or blue. There's no way you can be both. There's no way you can be in the middle, you know? But for me, it's about common sense. And this was classic self defense to me. All right. I want to get into the Gene Borello video. And there's actually some news with Gene. Gene pleaded guilty the other day to basically supervised release violations. He was told by the judge that he is not allowed to appear on podcasts or on the internet, and he broke those rules. And now he's going to possibly go back to prison. We don't know. Uh, Look, I don't have any issue with Gene. I don't know Gene. Um, I don't have any dog in the fight with Gene. I don't like any of. I don't dislike or like any of these people. My job is to report and debunk things that are said on the internet. And when you are in a genre like we are, it's important that we stay in the middle. Okay, I don't have an opinion on these people. Okay, I know what Gene did. I know that Gene is an informant, but that doesn't give Gene the right to run around and say he did or didn't do things. He could tell his story. That's no problem. But you cannot break and say that you did stuff that you did not do. It's very simple. Gene Borello was a very young teenager when he claims that this all happened. And he didn't do it in 2010 when Ali Shades was out of prison because it wouldn't make sense in his timeline. Gene threw around somebody. And let's be honest with ourselves. Do you really think? Now, remember, I don't think people quite understand how powerful Ali Shades was. Ali Shades was one of the biggest earners in the Genovese crime family at the time. He was very close with the Gaudis, very close with John Sr. He actually conspired with John Sr. to murder Vincent Gigante. Now, it never happened, but to just say, and you can run around and say, I robbed this person, no, you didn't. Never happened. But Gene's gonna have to face the Piper. We'll see if he goes back to prison or not. I'm not sure. It's a pretty simple request, though. You don't need to be on the internet when you're told not to be on the internet. It's pretty simple. Lefty the Parking Meter says OC Shorts, Jeff Canarsie, and Jeff Nader are saving the genre from becoming the Real Housewives. Well, throw in Black Handprint Mafia as well. But yeah, look, I think everyone has their own ability to do whatever content they want. I think there are 3 or 4 levels of mob genre content. One of the levels is the informants that were in the life that tell the stories. B, there are people that are wannabes that think they were in that life that aren't. There are a couple of those. They're just dreadful people. Then there are the people that go back and forth with those type of people and kind of know a little bit about the mob, but they like to have fun and be entertaining, I guess you say, and they talk about drama. And then there's another group, which is probably people like me that really just look at this from one lens and mostly talk about history and will try and debunk some of the things that some of these individuals say. I take fact and just kind of run with it. And most of these people don't want to hear the facts. And on the internet, the thing about this genre that is concerning and disturbing is these are the people that are out front and are the poster boys of this genre and a mob culture. So when, let's say, A&E or HBO or one of these places wants to do a documentary, they interview people like John Alite. Okay, John Alite is not factual or truthful in his comments. Okay, he is not fact-checked. And these are the people that are throwing this stuff out, and people are seeing it and saying, "Oh, wow, this guy was this guy was that." Well, he can say whatever he wants because no one fact checks him for it. Now there are people that are starting to fact check him. He doesn't like that. People like him don't like that. So, again, I try to tell a story. I try to, again, I have nothing against Gene. I have nothing against any of those guys. They made the decisions they had to make, and that's their business. They live the life they have to live. I just look at it from an outside lens. Okay. Fire Chris Max says Jeff's show has been a hidden gem. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Very kind. Appreciate you listening. Detroit Sigi, Edward, Yankees for Life. Who else do we have in here? Jane Creek, thank you. Congratulations on 1,000 subs. I appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. If you have or haven't, please do. Please hit the like button. That's very helpful. Thank you. Barney is the lightning rod. Vinny Esposito is the boss. Okay. Well, I don't agree with that, but okay. Politics aside, you're right. Rittenhouse was not guilty. Exactly. Pretty simple. The shot and close case. Eka, shalom from Israel. Shalom, my friend. Hope you're okay. Hope everything's good. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I want to talk about the JFK anniversary, which is coming up. November 22nd, 1963, John Fitzgerald Kennedy was killed in Dallas, as we know. And I say about an anniversary and it being a mob anniversary. Is it a mob anniversary? What do we think? What do we think happened to John Fitzgerald Kennedy? I'll tell you what I think. I think Carlos Marcello and certain high bigwig mobsters conspired to kill John Kennedy. Now, I think they screwed up. I think they should have, if they were going to take out a Kennedy, probably should have been RFK. RFK was the problem. I think Kennedy, John, would have been a mouthpiece, and he would have did whatever they told him to. The problem that RFK was, he was around and he was always in Kennedy's ear, saying this, saying that. He hated the mob, RFK. They decided to kill Kennedy instead. Now, whether I think the mob was involved in RFK, that's another question. But when we look at some of the particulars and facts we know about Lee Harvey Oswald, one of which was he was obviously a military sniper. He was connected to New Orleans pretty closely. A family member of his was a close associate of Carlos Marcello. We know Carlos Marcello hated the Kennedys, particularly RFK, and this was probably a ploy to really just say, you know what, I'll take one leg out and that will fuck with the other leg, basically. There's also things by the government that they did from a weird point of view here. Also, throw in the fact Jack Ruby was able to somehow get into a police station with a weapon. How did that happen? Jack Ruby all of a sudden just dies. Okay, well, that seems to make sense. Also, some of the techniques by the government after the fact about not questioning Lee Harvey Oswald. Look, we'll never really probably know. But when we look at the Warren Commission, when we look at people involved, particularly Robert Blakely, okay, if you know anything about him, he was the creator of the RICO Act. He was actually a staunch proponent and belief that Carlos Marcello and the mob were very involved with the assassination of JFK. In fact, he wrote a book about it. Scholars will tell you time and time again that JFK was killed likely by the mob's doing. And I would urge you to go take a look at Blakely's book. It's actually quite good. I'm trying to remember what exactly it's called, but it's very good. I'll get it up here in a second. I think I want to say it's called, let me find it here. Let me get it here. I don't have the exact name, but it's very good. It's very good. I think it's The Plot to Kill the President, I believe. I would definitely check that out. Shinebox, what's up, brother? Says Lee Harvey Oswald was a Marine. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Military sharpshooter, correct. Andrew White says, hello, Jeff in chat. Just saw this. Hope you're having a good Friday. Same to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Lefty says, I think it was a mob hit. A rat would have exposed it already. Well, I don't think most of these people that are rats now know. As we know, people like Michael Franzese comment on literally everything. I think he said before he believes that the mob was involved in some way. Edward Everett says, I think he got shot from the sewer. That's a reasonable thought. My father agrees with you on that. We talk about it occasionally. Detroit Sigi, YouTube bullshit aside, I salute your transformation. I'm your next door neighbor. I am first generation Slavic via Macedonia. Well, you know what they say about Macedonia, Detroit, Disir Balkanski, a beautiful country, a beautiful place with beautiful people. Shout out to Macedonia. Looking for the truth. How you doing, brother? Shinebox, the man, what's good? Yeah, Shinebox a good guy. I saw Shinebox flashing his Breitling. My man, legende as they would call it, a legend. So yeah, is it a mob anniversary? I don't know. JFK was an interesting individual. He really was. Obviously had his own transgressions in his own personal life, but I definitely think they looked at him as kind of that great white hope, right? Five Families is a good book. Yeah, one of the best. One of the best. What's up, Gunsmoke? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, man. Hey, David. How you doing? Anxious for Life. Jeff, what does your shirt say? So stop glorifying rats. So we should stop glorifying these people. They're not heroes. They're not good people. Stop putting people like Tekashi 6ix9ine and Alpo Martinez and these goofy people on and acting like they're heroes. I saw a disturbing video the other day of a little child lip syncing people like Tekashi 6ix9ine. What kind of shit is that? What would you teach your kid about somebody like that? By the way, you can get this shirt, omertamia.com. omertamia.com. If you use my promo code SITDOWN20, you get 20% off your order. So go get this shirt right now. Stop glorifying rats. You can also get a Defund Police Informant shirt. It's great. Omertamia.com. Promo code SITDOWN20. Shinebox says Jeff has a good taste for watches. I sure do. I got to tell you, I'm not a big watch wearer, but I'll tell you, I think they're beautiful pieces, man. Someday I'm going to get myself a Rolex. I don't really wear watches, but seems like one of those things you get when you arrive, right? Gianni Catalano, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Um, Gunsmoke says I'm about to get out of work. Gunsmoke, you're a union guy, aren't you? I think you said you are. Do I include Calandra? In what? Popcorn. What do I mean? What include him in what? Father Time says, "What's up? How you doing, Jeff? I think the CIA was involved in the JFK. Of course they were. And by the way, this is not the first time that the mob may have been asked by the CIA to kill somebody. Remember, the mob was asked to kill Fidel Castro, which sadly they didn't do. You have to wonder if Fidel Castro would have never came around and would have been killed. Let's say, what would Cuba have been? Would have been a beautiful island resort that basically is Las Vegas, but in the Caribbean. It's a shame. David Cameron says, "Hey, Gunsmoke, I subbed this afternoon." Well, good stuff. Yeah, sub to him. I got to check out Gunsmoke's channel. Uh, Shirley, how are you? Sit Down has become one of my favorite podcasts and YouTube channels. Well, thank you, Shirley. That's very kind of you. Yeah, if you like our show on YouTube, please go check out our iTunes and Google podcast called The Sit Down, an organized crime podcast. Every week we talk about a certain mobster. We've done everyone from Tony Accardo, Vincent Gigante, Kabani Savage, Tony Corallo, Tony Salerno, Sammy Gravano, Carlo Gambino, everybody. Carmine Persico, Joe Messino, everyone and anyone. We have an episode out every week. Next week, we got a great episode planned. Black Handprint Mafia is going to join the show, and we're going to do a great episode on Frank Costello. Great show. Has anyone ever seen the Oliver Stone movie JFK? If so, is it worth the watch? My dad loves that movie. I haven't watched it, though. It's very good from what he says, though. Fire Chris Max says, "Do you have any action tonight?" Yes, I have. What did I bet? I took in football. I have Nevada on the money line. Keep in mind, Nevada, when they close as a favor or as close as a dog, is 10-0 over the last 10 against the number. So I really like Nevada tonight against Air Force. And in hoops, I just have been betting small in hoops to start the season. I have a UTEP -2 against Pacific and Merrimack Lehigh under 130.5. I'm big on Merrimack unders, if you know anything about that group. A lot of love for the great Shine Box. Good to see that. Detroit Sigi, may want to check the maps from the Ottoman Empire, my friend. You'll see a clear territorial divide and a clear name. All right. He's still talking about the Macedonia. Popcorn says the glorifying rats deal in Calandra. Well, I mean, I don't like or dislike Jimmy Calandra. I don't know Jimmy Calandra. Jimmy Calandra's an informant, though. I mean, I don't have any thought, yes or no, on Jimmy Calandra. Seems like a nice guy. Do I find certain ones more believable than others? Yeah. I wish all these people the best. I hope they have a good life. I don't agree with their decisions, but I'm also one that will say that I don't think Jimmy Calandra would ever tell you should glorify what he did. So, I mean, he wouldn't be involved in this. Is he an informant? Yeah, I'll tell you he is. I don't think that's a big secret to anybody. I'm also not going to judge him. I'm not in his position. I do think he was a sad cautionary tale of what happens when you're groomed from a young child to be in the mob. My whole thought is that I think if you go into that life, you've got to pay the piper when the cops come calling. But, I'm also not in his position, and I'm not going to judge him either. I don't like or dislike him. I have no opinion. Like I said, I don't agree with his behavior, but I also wasn't in his position. All right. The CIA and OSS and Cosa Nostra are in bed since the Operation Underworld. Well said. Have you watched the third season of Narcos Mexico yet? It was okay, not as good as previous Narcos. I have not watched that yet. No. Looking for the truth. RJ Rogers, great content. He does. I was just talking to him. Great guy. Exactly. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you so much. If anybody has any questions, I would love to hear them. You're welcome to ask. No, Merrimack is totally different from Bellarmine. Merrimack is very slow paced. They're not very good offensively. Bellarmine runs totally different offense. They're very complex, run a lot of cuts, screens, very complex offense. Totally different. Like to play fast, totally different. What's up, Co-Train? Thanks for jumping in. Welcome in. All right, this guy's gone. I'm done with this pounding guy. This guy's a scam artist. He's out of here. See you later, bro. I'm kind of done with the names and shit. I mean, you want to be cool, fine, but you keep saying the same shit. It's kind of disrespectful. I don't call you names. Don't call me names. I respect your answer. Thank you. You're professional. Thanks, bro. If you walk in your situation where you do something knowing it carries time, don't throw your friends under the bus. Stand the fuck up. Well said. Have you ever been to Erie? I have not ever been to Erie. What do you think about the Colombo case? I hear the underboss lives in a trailer park. I don't know where those people live. I'm going to guess, though, they don't live in trailer parks. What else did I want to bring up tonight? Shit. There was something else I wanted to bring up, and now I forget. Has anyone seen Hootie? I have not seen Hootie. I don't watch his content. I haven't seen him, though. Are you going to profile any Asian gangsters? Yes. We're going to do Machine Gun Johnny Yang, who ran Flying Dragons in Chinatown. Probably going to talk about BTK, Born to Kill, which is a Vietnamese gang as well. Yeah, I will definitely hit some Asian gangsters for sure. Jeff, did you know Ron Previty? He was an interesting character. I did not know Ron personally. He was a little before my time. I wish he were still around. I would try to speak to him. I always found him to be an interesting character. Never hid who he was. He'll tell you straight up what he did. Yeah, he was interesting. You have to wonder why the mob ever allowed him to come around. You got to wonder, right? But yeah, former cop. Then started working at the Tropicana in Atlantic City, was stealing shit from people's rooms. Then before you know it, he's moving around with gangsters like John Stanfa. Pretty crazy. I'm late. I don't know if you discussed it. What are your thoughts on Kyle Rittenhouse's verdict? You are a little late. Talked about it at the beginning. I have no issue with it. I thought it was the completely correct decision. I thought it was a pretty closed self-defense case. It's not about politics. It's about criminality. I don't think any crimes are committed here, as far as I know. Those individuals, at least the one that was alive, still testified to the fact that he pointed a gun at Kyle Rittenhouse. Pretty simple. Look, I will maybe say something that maybe people don't agree with here, but I'm going to say it. I thought the kid came across pretty believable. I found him to be a pretty eloquent speaker. I think he's a smart kid. I think he knows the laws. Do I think he's a young kid that, I think went there with intentions of he was going to try to help people? I don't think he wanted to be in that situation. Sure, I do. I don't think he was there to hurt anybody. But people that bring up why was he there with a gun, it doesn't really mean or matter what you think. His legal right is to defend himself. It doesn't matter whether you think he should have a gun or not. You're welcome to bring a gun if you want. Keep in mind, Mr. Grosskreutz did. No one says you can't bring a gun to a protest. If you want to bring one, go ahead. It's your legal right. I always wonder about these people that say, why do they have these huge guns at protests? Well, doesn't really matter what you think. It's their legal right to carry a gun. If they have the proper protocol and the proper licenses, they're allowed to carry whatever they want, no matter whether it's big or long or big or small. It doesn't matter what you think. Let's also remember, I don't believe those tears were fake. I think every day that kid wakes up, he regrets what he had to do. I don't think he's a manipulative person that is happy he did what he did. I don't. I truly don't believe that. I don't care. I don't care who he votes for. I don't care who he is. I don't care about his, what he believes politically. I don't care about that. The truth of the matter is, in a court of law, he did nothing wrong. It's very simple. There's nothing. And if he were a liberal, I would say the same thing. I don't care about his voting. I'm not conservative. That's been pretty clear. I've leaned Democrat, and I lean older Democrat. I don't like this new Democrat Party. But this is not a political case. It's pretty simple. Billy T, do you speak Albanian? My brother is. Glad you're doing your thing. I understand Albanian. I don't speak it regularly, though. Do you do anything on Providence? We'll do it Patriarcha soon for sure. So is your job a professional gambler? That's what you do every day. No, I do not write professional gambler on my tax return. No, I do content. I get paid to give out my advice, and I get paid to do content. Companies pay me to do content. All right. Gunner, do you know Gotti was a racist? That's your opinion. I don't know. I don't know anything about his racial views. How did you get involved with Portnoy? I've been involved with Barstool for a while. I interviewed up there back in 2017 before gambling was legalized. I've been doing content since the early 2010s. I knew some people that worked at Barstool. They contacted me and said, "Hey, do you want to speak to Dave?" I said, "For sure." I went up, and I've been kind of loosely connected for a while. And as I said, many of you know, I'll be fighting December 10th, rough and rowdy. I heard all of you. You better buy. You're going to see your boy fighting. We need a Tommy Agro episode. That's coming. That's coming. Detroit Sigi says they're spending more tax dollars on Hoffa again. Yes, a big waste of time because they're not ever going to find him. Jessica Allen, thank you. She just smashed the like button. Appreciate that. By the way, one of the individuals was a child molester. Let's remember that. Jeff's an intelligent man, very well spoken. Thank you, appreciate it. Any thoughts on Teddy Persico? He seems like no one who will never ever learn. Well, you know what, brother? That's a lot of guys, man. That's just the life. They're part of it. Duchipsa is my favorite Albanian phrase. I didn't know you knew Albanian Gunsmoke. I guess you are in New York. There's a lot of them around. David Cameron, spot on. I guess you're talking about my opinions on Rittenhouse. Thank you. Are you ready for your big fight? I am. We're getting there. I am very happy about it. I'm looking forward to it. Are you going to bet on yourself for the fight? We're not able to bet on the fight. There's no lines for it, brother. But yes, if someone wanted to bet me, I would tell them yes. I'm willing to bet on myself. All right. Jeff, aren't you the guy that was in Barstool? You lost weight, bro. Yes, I have. Thank you, Casket. I am that guy. Thank you. I have lost weight. All right, Jeff, how would one go about trying to find info on a monster long gone with not much on him? I would love to find some stuff on Big Nose Sam Kufari. Any tips? Well, I would go to Pacer and I would search Pacer. Pacer is a federal document archive that you can look up court cases and things of that nature. Now, you do have to pay for that stuff, but I would start there. Maybe look, wherever he was from, look into newspaper from that town or some of their archives. The internet's a great tool if you use it. Teddy P is one of the last real stand-up guys, 100% a street guy. There's still a couple of those left. There's a nice casino in Charleston, too. I think you're talking about Charlestown. I may be wrong there, though. We're in Charleston, the capital. By the way, if you're coming to the fight, I'd love to see you. Make sure you let me know. And if you need a ticket, I can try to do what I can to get you on. Of the worst movies ever is Albanian Gangster. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that. Well, look, it's a low-budget film. Butchie Bafalco says the Barstool Pizza reviews of the Mob Guy Pizzeria in Buffalo was classic. Yes, Joe Todaro, La Nova, was on camera for a very good amount of time with Dave. Dave's also been in pizza reviews where New York guys were around as well. I believe Nicky Carrazzo was in one of them. Yeah, that's very true. It's hard to run through New York and not come across maybe one mobster if you talk about pizza all the time. Okay, I didn't know they had a casino there. I'll have to check that out. Maybe Thursday night I'll go there. Father Time says, I made a pizza last night from one bite. Must admit, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, they look pretty good. I don't eat that kind of stuff, but they do look pretty good. Maybe once my flight's over, I'll take a look. The only thing I don't like about frozen pizza is I don't mind it. I actually think some of it's decent. It's just so full of sodium. I'm not a big salt guy. I don't try to consume a lot of sodium, so I kind of stay away. Those frozen pizzas are very high in sodium, so maybe I'll try one after the fight. Media is full of dirty tricks, keeping up with homicide. Yeah, they don't do that. There's all sorts of problems, including that. I didn't bring it up to him, Ishmael. I'm sure he knows though. I am working to get monetized, and it's not really going to be for me. I'm going to donate my money, and any of the money that I get from monetization. Who am I fighting? I'm fighting a guy called Jersey Jerry. I can show you guys the thing if you want. The what do you call it? The insert or whatever. I don't know do you guys want to see the video that we had? I guess I can show you.
Unparalleled absurdity.
All right, I guess I'll show you guys. Hold on a second. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted for this, but I'll share the screen and show you guys the video. Hold on a second. You guys can see who I'm fighting here. Hang on one second. Let me play this.
It's amateurs throwing haymakers with no defense. It's chaos. It's beautiful. It's horrible. It's America. Barstool employees, it's funny because it started out, obviously, Hank versus Aw Piss Guy in R&R1, Smitty versus $20 Chef in R&R2. Then we had Pat fight in R&R4, but it was against just some random racist homophobe. R&R7, we had Marty Mush versus Matt Brown, who's just a guy from the business floor. Like, Mush was an established guy.
Oh, Jerry had a Parlay Plus on our app, and it was centered. It looked like he would have won Julio Jones the toe in the end zone, which universally people like should be a touchdown. If they called that touchdown, he wins. I think they said no touchdown, touchdown, no touchdown. He sent me a text. I thought it was funny. He's like, if they reverse this rule, can I get a refund? I think you were serious about it.
Yeah, I mean, if the rule changes, I'm not asking for the $37.50. I'm just asking for the $500 back if the rule changes.
If the rule changes, so I put that out, and the dude chirps him, says, "Get over it. It's a loss."
If it's a vodka, I'd be drunk. I mean, woulda, coulda, shoulda, Jerry. I mean, if I didn't get every ref decision in my life, I'd be a fucking billionaire by now. I mean, what are we talking about here? Are you serious with that?
Yeah, just sign the paperwork, and that's it. That's all you got to worry about.
What do you call people? You call anybody out that's rude to you, Jerry? And get over yourself.
Hey, listen. Yeah, when you come at me, yeah, I do. So sign the papers.
Listen, Jerry. If you want to fight, which you called me out, let's fucking fight, Jerry. You got a big fucking mouth, I see.
Good.
Your mom gonna let you fight, Jerry?
Yeah, she will. Of course she will.
All right, good.
Worry about your mother, not mine. Man, I could already look. I see it in your eyes. You're scared to death.
What?
You're gonna be like a hard-boiled egg split in half. It's unrepairable.
Tea, Jerry. I'm chilling.
It's unrepairable.
I'm chilling, drinking my tea. I'm not worried about you.
Got you like a fish.
I'd give you a fucking slap if you're in front of me right now. You think I'm giving a worry about you?
Don't worry. Just sign the papers, because you're trying to rationalize, is the money worth it to get knocked the fuck out? That's what you're doing.
Well, I'm ready to go. All I do is cardio every day. I'm good with that. That's what really matters, Jerry. Not you hitting the bag for 5 seconds. Can you last for more than 20?
First round, you're dead.
I know. Big tough guy over the phone.
It's gonna be so easy, like
You
like a
just
hot
like-
knife through fucking cheese.
Jerry,
That's how easy.
Jerry, you're just like the other guy that talks a big fucking game until I come around, and then you're nowhere to be fucking found.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for this. I'm gonna try to figure this out for real. And by the way, I'll keep every posted. If one of you guys is not telling the truth and won't sign and will make good, reasonable offers, I'll let everyone know. But if the will is really there, we will make this happen.
For sure, yeah. And I want to know now. If he don't sign the paperwork, blow it up.
I
Now
will.
he ain't signing no papers.
I will.
That's it.
I will.
Just sign the papers.
Jerry, he wants to fight. Jerry, why do you want to fight so bad? You want to fight so bad.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
I know. I get it. You see what other people do when they fight. I get it. Listen, we'll fight, Jerry, and then when I stand over your body and fucking spit on you as you lay there fucking all over the fucking camera. Where's fucking mom? Then we'll remember all this tough talk.
I got you figured out already, pal.
I know you do. I know you're smarter than me, right?
You're done. A lot smarter.
Boxing's about smarts, pal.
A lot
Not
stronger
about how
too.
tough you are.
A lot stronger too, pal. Trust me.
All right. Thank you, boys. And we're gonna figure this out.
I'm gonna crumple this guy, Dave.
Hallelujah, Jerry. Fuck off.
Can't even be in here right now.
I like the hard-boiled egg comment. All right, Jack. We'll be contacting you. This may be your opening, so we'll figure this out.
Look, fake tough
think you
guy
win, Jerry?
running out, acting like he's some man. Look at him. What a fraud.
I couldn't hear
I'm
what
sign the papers and that's it. And I'm done.
Look, he's
I wanna
look at his
fight,
stick.
and
He's
that's
trying to
it.
act tough and
I couldn't hear what he was saying. What was he saying?
No, he's just being a bitch. You know what I mean? He's saying that I ain't tough, I ain't this.
You're
I'm
not.
gassed after 6 seconds.
are.
He's done. He's done. One body shot, he's done.
Yeah, I
Trust
know.
me.
It's easy
Tell
to
me to
say
just
that.
sign the papers and that's it. I'm done. I can't.
Look at him,
I didn't
trying to
want to
act
be
like
here
he's
today.
mad
No.
about it. Look at him. What a fake. Look at him. He's so sad, so mad. Look at him.
That away, baby.
Now I'm gonna leave.
See you, champ.
Wah, wah. All for cameras. It's all for cameras. I guarantee this.
Madman.
That
He was
isn't true
doing
at all.
great.
He probably came back up 5 minutes
Oh,
later.
he did great. I think he's
He's
heated.
heated.
Yeah,
So we have another Rico. He's leaving already.
he's out.
Just before
No, I didn't see. He was.
him and Nadeau are just going back and forth on the court right now.
He said he's gonna hit him with a body shot. He's gonna shoot himself.
Yeah. He said that.
I'm not gonna lie. The video, the left hook looked pretty good.
Yeah, left hook looked pretty good for 6 seconds. That's the thing. I mean, guy hits a back for 6 seconds. He's all of a sudden he's tough. But yeah, so there you go. That's the guy. We had a good time on that. Yes, exactly. He reminds me of the kid who lost the game and wants to take his ball. Exactly, Shine Bucks. That's exactly what he is. And that was all for show. He didn't actually go home. He walked out. Camera stopped rolling, and he came back. It's all a show with him. It's all a show. He's the fake tough guy. Those guys never get punched in the face. Yes, exactly. So yeah, we'll have a good time. It'll be good. And yeah, he was literally, the reason all this started is he was crying because his bet didn't win because he said it was a rule thing. And no, it wasn't a rule thing. You just didn't win. So I said, what the fuck are you complaining about? Why are you worried about it? Like, who the fuck do you think you are? And he's like, threatened me to fight. Would you ever interview Jimmy C, Bath Avenue? Yeah, if he answered my questions, I would talk to him, sure. If he wants the 500, why wouldn't he want the 3750? It's part of that. No, he's saying he didn't ask for the whole winning bet. He just wanted his it paid out $37.50. It was a $500 bet. It paid out $3,750. That's what he's saying. That was so cringy of him to want his money back. Yeah, it was. But you know, that's all he's about. Shtick. That's what he does. That's his thing. Shtick. How can I lie and pretend that I'm something I'm not and get people to watch me because I have no other talents? That's what he does. By the way, people ask why am I not at Barstool anymore? So I'll do something for you guys here. I'll play you one more thing, just briefly. People ask why I'm not there anymore. Let me play this for you. Hold on, please.
The big news of the week, though. We'll get inside Barstool here. Jeff Nadeau resigned.
Yeah, they do. So he didn't tell me. No one tells me when they resign. I don't blame him. I wish he stuck it out. I think maybe, listen, Bosco, I saw Big Cat going after Rico. Everything he said is correct. Dan's 100% right. Rico is
for anyone that doesn't know, Rico is a guy that him and I hate each other more than I hate the other guy. And it was just a whole big fucking thing.
Immature, crazy baby. He's also like super funny. He's been with us for what, 2 presidencies, as he puts it. So he has money in the bank and he has loyalty. But he's a crazy person. And he's benefited. Like, I don't. So what? He's run out 3 people: Blackjack, Paul, and Nadeau. I think Nadeau could have found a niche here. Now, he wasn't coming to the office.
I wasn't asked to come to the office. That wasn't in my contract.
If he's in the office,
which
he's
I
doing his
could've.
own thing, and he almost got he got wrapped up in the whole thing. But you don't have to be in everything that Rico is in. It sucks. I mean, I would probably have quit if I was Nadeau. We asked him to be on the show. He's like, only if Rico Bosco comes on. But Nadeau did a bunch of things wrong too. I offered Nadeau a contract way back when. He said no, and then he came back. And it was like kind of a trial thing, but he's still in Philly. You got to be in the office. Nobody was going to tell him he couldn't show up in the office ever. He can do his own thing, but
which isn't exactly true because I wasn't allowed to ever be there when Rico Bosco was there. So it was pretty much difficult for me to ever be there.
He's isolated, and then Rico's doing the other stuff, so it sucked. But Nadeau has a gripe for sure.
And a lot of people, what about the people saying to you, like, oh, you guys enabled it and this is your fault because if you didn't coddle Rico, there's a lot of that too.
We definitely enabled it. We definitely enabled Rico. But Rico's like...
No, I didn't say they told me that I couldn't come there. He basically made it clear that if I come, there's going to be a problem. So, and I wasn't allowed to be around him. He made that clear multiple times.
Nadeau's just like, I'm out on this. But that content was funny and good.
And let's remember, I was out on it because I just decided that I can make money on my own, and I'm okay with leaving. So that's kind of where I am with them. We still have a good relationship, though. I'm all good. They still give me a platform, so I'm happy with it either way. So, it is what it is. But all right, guys. Well, I'll do a couple more minutes here if anybody has any other questions. Have you ever hung out with Dave outside of? Yeah. Well, I don't know if I wouldn't say I hung out. I mean, we've been to many gambling streams. We watch games together. That was one thing when I worked there. We did. We had a house in Philadelphia. We would go watch games and do live streams and stuff. He's a good guy. I mean, he's always been good to me. Always been cool. Always been loyal to me. So he's always given me an opportunity. I'll definitely sure try to keeping it old school. Thank you, man. Once you got your commas and jab down packed, that's what's important before getting into the ring without fear and have plenty of stamina. That's key. Yep, footwork as well, bro. Footwork as well, which I've been working on for the last week or so. Still about 3 weeks away, though. By the way, shout out to Yeah, I don't think that's the real Jimmy Calandra. At least I don't think. If it is, it is. I don't think I said anything bad about him. Yeah, that's not him. That's a fake Calandra. Someone should report that account. That's not a real Calandra. Because I don't think Jimmy would say shit like that. I don't think I said anything bad about Jimmy. I thought I was pretty eloquent. Regardless of anything, it takes balls to get into the ring. Yeah, exactly. And they made the bag good, so I'm there. Not for nothing, Nate who lost weight and all, but say the truth. This started because one of you ate the other's lunch. That is not true. It's not true. I see you have a sleazy past, Jeff. I don't know about that. I wouldn't say sleazy. Sleazy is a bit tough. A bit tough of word. Go check out all the good content on YouTube. People like OC Shorts, Black Camper Mafia. I know Fatball Sicilian's getting back into some great mob coverage coming up here. Check him out as well. I know all of you do. Check out the good people. Vinny Bracco. The boys, the Four Horsemen. Al, the Mob Show. A lot of good people on YouTube. Yes, correct. So the guys are going to Pennsylvania. What are they coming here for, Father Time? Fake Jimmy Calandra says, I'm the real deal. Balls of Steel. King of Mob to be spelled Steel. Steal. It's Steel. That is not Jimmy Calandra. Remember that. That's a fake Calandra. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate that, bro. Have a boss weekend there, Jeff. Same to you. I see you taking the #1 spot. Well, maybe. There's a lot of good people, though, doing this. Where are you going? Shinebox, where in Pennsylvania are you going? I live in Pennsylvania. What are you coming to PA for? I'm intrigued now. Nah, that's not Jimmy. I don't think it is. Who wouldn't I interview? I don't think I wouldn't not interview anyone. I would try to interview everyone and give them all the opportunity. Gunner says, "Do the New York Giants ever have lunch with the San Francisco Giants?" Oh, you're knocking the Mike Francesa thing. I don't think they do. That's actually a very funny call. Am I left or right? Are you talking about politically or from a boxing standpoint? You have to be more specific. Stool Pigeon says, "What's up, Vafangulo?" Vafangulo to you, bitch. We're going to the casino in Philly. Which one? Sugar House, Parks, Philly Live. Which I would go to Philly Live if you're going to casino. Jimmy Calandra says, "I've had a few Bud Lights." All right. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to go have some dinner. I appreciate all of you. Boxing. I am right-handed. I'm right-handed. All right, guys, I'm out of here. You guys have a good night. Thanks for watching. Shout out to all the people that were in here checking me out. What's up, Cousin Paulie, Carlos Munoz? Good to see you. Gunner, Co-Train, Casket, Lefty, Shinebox. Thanks, everybody, for coming in and saying hello. Please check out my Gene Borello Alley Shades video that I did. It's pretty good. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss a short here on YouTube. Thank you for watching. See you later.